Hey guys, like I say, another Scrum video, well, another Agile video. This one's actually a Scrum term. I want to explain to you what velocity is, how to use it, how to not to misuse it, and how it can really help you plan to your capacity rather than fail to deliver the demand. So let's get to a real fundamental. It is a Scrum measure. I kind of don't understand the name of it. I think it's more of a capacity measure than a speed-related measure, but velocity is the name. Now, the reason why it's different is those triangles again. So when we're in Agile, we're on the triangle on the right. So we're managing scope. So we fix our time box, we fix our resources. So the thing we've got to manage is the amount of scope that we can do in every time box. Now that is the velocity. So we say for the next time box, we think we can do this amount of work. Now, if you've not already watched the video about story points, probably go back and have a quick look at that. But what we basically do there is we say, we can take these 4 or 5 items. That one's a size 2, that one's a size 5, that one's a size 3. So when we take those 5 items, we add all those numbers up. If we complete all of those items in the time box, or we complete more and have the story points, we add that up and that's the velocity. So when we come to do our next time box, we can go, well, last time we completed 30 story points. So this time we should be able to complete 30 story points with the same size team and it's the same size time box because those things are fixed. That's the theory behind it. Now, what that means is when you're going from iteration to iteration, sprint to sprint, you're going to keep a measure that's called velocity, which is just a sum of the story points. So you'd look at that next to what you'd planned as well. So you'd go, well, we planned 30 and we only delivered 24. So then you go, well, let's not plan 30 again, but you want to see that history as well of what you planned. The whole point of this, of course, is to be more predictable. And so if you're doing your planning based on the demand, we must get these things done, you're not being predictable. Let's have a look at the measure when it's out there. I don't know why I put things on this side of the screen. I lose the last iteration, but I'll let you know what's going on here. So every iteration, we plan a certain amount and we deliver a certain amount. So in this first iteration, we planned about 32 story points, and we actually delivered more than that, which means we had a very good sprint and we brought more work into the sprint. Perfectly reasonable. The next sprint, we went, wow, we did really well last time. Let's try and do 35 story points this sprint. And they found that they didn't quite work, so they only delivered 30. So there's a trend that starts to happen. And then the next iteration, they planned 32 again, and they delivered 30. So now they're going to go, oh, we're not delivering as much as we planned. Then they planned 20. This is probably because someone was on leave, or they went, actually, let's drop our capacity because something's happening. And they were still able to deliver 28. So you're not really looking at the absolute number. You could probably draw a trend line across there and go, look, our velocity is around 30. It's not an exact science. You're really looking at those trends and try to explain them. So if we go over to iteration 7, for some reason, the team tried to plan 40 and only delivered 15. That's quite a common mistake. People go, oh, we're doing really well. Look, we've done really well. We've been able to deliver in iteration 5 and 6 exactly what we planned. Let's plan to do more. They took too much in. They probably had some demand there that they thought they could address. You're suddenly not going to magic extra capacity. And as a result, everything almost got done but didn't quite get done. So you've got to really limit that whip to get things done and to give bandwidth. The next sprint, they went back the next sprint 8, they went back to around 30 and they delivered more because they had all that stuff that was nearly finished from last sprint. So it levels out if you put a trend line in there. So that's velocity. Velocity, sum of story points to help predictability for the future for planning. If you want more information on this or any of the other topics in the Agile Playbook, go to my website, alexcrossley.com. I hope you enjoyed the video.